Hello, hello. And happy Tuesday. We're back at it again with Song of Horror, episode 2. Welcome, welcome. And I hope everyone is having a good, hope everyone had a good day and is having a good day and will have a good day, depending on where in the world you're watching from and what time it is for you. Yeah, I'm stoked to continue this journey. Last night we streamed for 7 hours. You tired? Hello, Grayson. I'm pretty well rested, to be honest. Doing okay. Late stream last night. I know. When did I finish? It was really late. I streamed for 7 hours, unintentionally. I thought I was going to be done after episode 1, but it turns out that I have all of the DLC for Song of Horror, which I didn't realize. So we kept going. We got partway through episode 2, but we had about an hour or 2 hours stall because of a game mechanic that I didn't know existed. So so we were stuck for like 2 hours, but I think we're gonna be in good shape for the puzzles for the rest of the episode. I hope. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Song of Horror right now. I think it's really something that's in my I don't know, like wheelhouse. It's in my wheelhouse of games I enjoy playing. It's spooky, but not overly spooky to like induce panic and make me not want to play. But it's and then the puzzles are difficult and challenging and really make me really make you think, which I really love. And the puzzles seem to have a direct effect on the world, which is really nice. It's not just a puzzle for the sake of a puzzle, but it's like last night's with the dolls. It's like the dolls, you had to solve the doll puzzle to put them in the right place in the dollhouse, and then you go into the various rooms in the house and you see the actual, like, well, I don't know if it was a doll, but it was like a person, in those rooms. It's just a very sort of immersive puzzle, which I like. Yeah, I think this game is really up my alley and I'm happy that I gave it a chance. It was in a humble bundle that I got last year, 2 years ago. I didn't really give it much thought at the time. I don't think. But I'm really glad I gave it a chance and checked it out. So yeah. And I'm glad I'm streaming it because having everybody come in and help me solve these puzzles has been so fun. So I hope that there's more games like this out there. Hive mind problem solving. Yeah, it's like everybody puts their brains together and we figure stuff out, and that's been a real treat. So yeah, I hope there's more and more games like this out there that we can like get into and play, because I think it's really fun. I'm having a blast. So yeah. Are you tired, Grayson? Because you were there the whole time. You were watching the stream all 7 hours. You're ready to rally. Very nice. I do want to say, although I'll probably repeat it later on, that I need to end the stream early tonight. I have an appointment at 9 a.m. So I have to be there at 9, so I have to commute a bit to meet up. So I'm gonna end it probably around 11:30 midnight at the absolute latest. I can't go past midnight though, for sure. So unless I'm like about to finish the game or finish this episode, then I'll power through. But ideally, I'd like to call it a bit early. So I'll repeat that later, but that's just in here for now. So I guess we should like get into this thing. Let's pick up where we left off, and yeah. So if I remember correctly, we had just opened the gallery and we were nosing around the gallery to see what we could find. I don't actually remember what we found in the gallery, if it was like an item or something, so I'll have to check my inventory, refresh. But now that we've opened the gallery, I have a feeling stuff around the map is going to start opening up. That seems to be how this game works. It seems to change depending on your actions versus like finding every single key. Why don't we wander a bit and refresh? I like it. So inventory, we have the doorman's keys. We've got 2 fortunes. We've got hydrogen peroxide and a spray bottle. This is the gallery that we're in. This is where we ended last night. Whole bunch of stuff. I do. I have hydrogen peroxide. A full bottle of liquid antiseptic. You don't remember that? Must have been tired. I honestly don't remember where I found it. Oh, I think I found it in the doorman's, like, bathroom. After I got the doorman's keys. Oh, that's right. I can't hear through this door. I'm just gonna have to open it and risk my life. So this is the antique shop that Isaac Farber owns. Isaac Farber is the guy who sold his first music box to Sebastian. Sebastian, I can't remember his last name. Sebastian, it's gonna bother me. Husher, Sebastian Husher, who is a famous author. So he sold his music box to Husher, and they both went a little nutty. So now we're trying to find Isaac Farber, because Isaac Farber is going to be the one to tell us more about the music box if we can find him. And in the doorman's reports, like their log reports for their shift, we saw that Isaac Farber was displaying some rather odd behavior in the middle of the night. So we'll have to see what the heck that's all about. So we're working our way backwards through the music box chain of custody. Exactly. We're basically trying to figure out, well, if we can find Farber, we might be able to find out where Farber got the box from, which would be awesome. So this leads us to the doorman's side of things. This door connects to the doorman's office. This is a table for hiding. We love to see. What the heck? That is the problem with wandering around and investigating everything, is that potential for death is high. Hey, this mirror isn't broken. But it hasn't been cleaned in a while. Well, this is the bathroom where she said it looks like a men's bathroom because of the mug, but the bra was not did not indicate it was a woman's restroom. Sure, Sophie. Manly mug room with bra. Exactly. This room right here is the actual doorman's, how do you say, their, like, office, like, their desk space, like, how they work. So these are all the cameras, the monitors, but there's nobody here. There's no doorman here. For some reason, they're not on shift. Now, the tricky thing is that the elevator's broken. So even though we know, we're trying to find Farber, right? So even though we know that Farber is in room, Erica Farber is in room B4, sorry, 3C is her door. We can't get there via the elevator, so we have to find another way of going. Which is gonna be really fun, because we have no idea what that is. because I broke the elevator. Fortunately for me. And if we go out this way, this leads us out into the courtyard that's behind the antique store. This is kind of where... Wasn't there a sign on the wall with flat owner names? Yeah, it was the, oh, yeah. Yes, that's in the room that leads outside of, like, directly outside of the antique store. You don't remember if there was any significance? I think that there was. I'm pretty positive that, at least when I find keys for things, I'll be able to... Let's see here if I can figure this out. Alright, so this door here connects to the antique shop. There's many ways in. This sign right here. Interior flats A, B, and C are Isaac Farber, Marley Rangel, and the Gibbs family. Those are... There are two Farbers. Yeah, there's Isaac... What's his? Isaac Farber, and Erica Farber is, I think, the daughter. But... interestingly, when I tried to leave, like, I tried to, like, leave the hotel or the apartment complex, my character said, I'm not leaving without Erica Farber. Which makes me think... Yeah, it makes me think she's looking for Erica. I mean, obviously. I think I'm looking for any of the Farbers, because any of the Farbers would be helpful right now. It could be that we assume that Isaac is, like... It initially said, I'm not leaving without more information. I think it depends on which exit. If you go out the exit at the front of the antique store, it says I need more information. If you leave out the exit by the apartment complex, it says I'm not leaving without Erica. So it's tricky like that, you know? Very strange indeed. Although, now... I guess the only place I haven't really checked is the door downstairs, which I hate to go. Didn't realize finding and leaving her was a goal. But it does seem to be that, like, no, you need to find, like... You need to find the person. Someone to help you. Maybe she's gonna help us find him, you know? Oh god. Oh no, here's a challenge. Oh god, I hope I can do this. That took all my concentration. Sorry, I was quiet throughout that.
My god, I could almost feel how it was trying to reach me.
Yeah, it's very tricky. Not going to lie. So that's a very different kind of creature than we've dealt with in the previous game. It's like a mummy looking ass. Like, Interesting vibes. So this doorway, which I hate, this one down here, there's always some sort of spook. Previous game were just basically just the spooky door hands and the occasional death child. Exactly. I don't hear anything on the other side of this door. I wonder if the doorman can open this. Yes, the doorman can open that. All right, let's get in here. All right, we got a new place opened up for us. This is great. All right, so we got doors all around us here. Nothing to loot in here, though? Lots of doors. Okay, well, I guess just pick one and we'll go. Map. So it looks like we are underneath the antique store in a sort of storage room. Potentially underneath the apartments, but these might just be storage rooms for the apartments. Like, I'm not totally sure what their deal is. Oh crap, it's locked. Oh no. Can it not? Seems perfectly safe. Nice. What do we got here?
Yes.
A wrinkled piece of paper. It's an old end of shift report that wasn't filled out. And it says, "Damn, Walter, what the hell have you done? I found traces of mud on the stairs to block 4, which lead down to the window on the first floor. I know it was you. Plus, you ruined the handle on the window. Have you gone mad? I have informed the building handyman so that he can fix it as soon as possible. I don't know what the hell is up with that girl, and I don't really give a damn. Stop screwing around and start behaving yourself. It may turn out she's not hysterical, as you claim, but rather that you are one big weirdo. This is the last time I'm putting my arse on the line for you." Okay. Damn, Walter. What's that? Old tools and paint cans? Nothing useful? Dang it. What about that? Electricity meters and switchboards. They seem old, not to mention dangerous. A wrench.
Huh.
Seems pretty handy if you're trying to clamp something. Okay. This toolbox is a big mess. I don't see anything I could put to good use. Could the clamp maybe be used on the filing cabinet lockbox thing? That was your first thought? Well, good. I'm glad I'm not on the wrong track. Uh-oh. We got a spook in there. So the wrench description makes you doubt. Hmm. Alright, well, we will go back there at some point. Because what other puzzles do we have? I mean, I might be able to use it for, like, for the janitors? No, I feel like the janitor's room I need to use. I need to go the other way, like through the roof. Let's just try it. What's the worst that'll happen, right? Oh. Heck yeah. There was a key inside. What's with the extra security? A copper key, a large old key, rusty and worn down. It says Farber on it. I'd say this key is as old as the building. Heck yeah. Hey, I get to keep my wrench. That's kind of new. Yeah, I would say that that's probably his flat key. Oh, there was a puzzle inside the exhibit, like the gallery, which was like some sort of like letter combination thing. But I'm assuming I don't know anything about that yet. Yeah, should I go to Farber's place? A 6-letter thing, correct. That's what I saw. Anyway. Vaguely remember that. Yeah, that was when it was like real late. Let's try to find Farber's flat then, huh? You're guessing it's down the hall from the sign, unless it's the other Farber. I don't know if it's these rooms. You know what I mean? Should I try it? Not that. Uh-oh. What is happening? I'm not totally sure.
What do I do now?
I don't know if I should like be leaving the room or what. I'll go back into the gap. Yeah, I'll go outside. I'll go outside. Nothing bad happens outside.
It finally stopped.
Oh, it stopped. That was actually that was uncomfortable. Okay, so oh, I was in danger, was I? Yeah, I was. It just says E. I need to find the doors that say Q. It says Q. That's not right. I have a feeling it's gonna be 4, but I might be totally wrong about that. Nope, I'm wrong. Well? I think it's gonna be Erica's place. I think you're right. The question is, how the heck do I get to Erica's place? You know, if I can't take the elevator. Oh wait, did I try this door here? What was the number 3 something? Number 3 something. Oh, it was like, I think it was a B3 or 3C. Something like that. Big spook. Let me see. It's 3C. Is what it is. That's the old, Erica's.
Oh, Jesus.
What? What is this? Oh? This was not here before, was it? This was not... Heck? What the crap? 10 out of 10. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Holy shit. Big nopes, big nopes. I'm glad I listened at the door. Jeez. I would've been a dead woman. They say always listen at the door if you're given the chance in this game. That was one of the tips anyway. So I'm trying to make sure I do it. Never let your guard down, you know? Damn it. This room is still spooky. Was there anything... Oh, this door was locked? No, we haven't been able to get in there because every time I try, there's a spook. There's like a spook on the other side of the door. Oh, that key doesn't work for that door? Shoot. Always kills. Always kills. There like might be an instance where it doesn't kill, but do we risk it? Do we not? Is the question. So dang, I'm stuck again. That would be cheap to change it up on the player. Agreed.
Huh.
I'm pressing inspect like 8 times. Just to be sure. So, I've learned well. So, I feel like I've tried the key on every single door. I guess the only door I didn't actually check was that one in the courtyard. So, I guess I'll do that. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. The shed, like the janitor closet? No, it was the room, wait a minute. Were the lights always off in there? Maybe they were. Weird. Okay. The one it was not the janitor shed in the courtyard, it was the it was the third door in the courtyard, like the third house or something, whatever those things are. I can't believe I broke the elevator. I really hope that was supposed to happen. Because I was like, there's no queue, so it wouldn't let me do it. But I guess I should just try. Yep. Nope. Okay. Hey. What's up? might be able to use the key on the mailbox. I did hover around there to see if I could. It didn't seem like I could, but for the sake of checking. There didn't seem to be an option to use, but I might be able to, let's just try. I might have not, I wasn't very thorough because I was just sort of like, maybe this will work, but it probably won't, but you never know. Hey, by the way, while we're here, how is chat looking on the stream video? Is it looking good? I just added the chat box to my stream and I just was curious if it was looking all right or... It's pretty nice. Yay! That's great. That's good news. So I can't use the key, unfortunately. Oh, I'm so sorry. When I try to leave the door, it actually says I'm not leaving until I find Barber. Not Erica. That's completely my bad. The font could be smaller. Great. Okay, cool. I was concerned that it would be too small even at 50. So I'm glad to know that it could actually be smaller. Which is great. Great news. It's a personal preference, and it'll be interesting to see how it looks when things get quicker paced. Oats. Okay, so let's go check out the puzzle in the gallery. That's the, I think that besides all the locked doors, the gallery puzzle is the only... Oh, wait a minute. Do I need to check the camera every time I go into the gallery? Because I can't listen through the door? Is that the strat? Maybe you just figured it would never have baddies. Well, because remember we saw baddies the first time. You'd die for sure. No. I mean, maybe. The first time I used the thing, it had a baddie in there, so I was like, oh, I guess I better check every time. Because I can't listen, you know what I'm saying? Alright. This gallery is amazing. Okay. Oh, it's numbers. Oh. Oh, wait. There are some letters. And some numbers. The heck? There's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then back to 0. Let me see. Is there anything? Anything I have that would work? Like an initial or what's 21WM89? What's that? That doesn't look like a typical zip code to me. Where is this set? Like, oh, I don't, is it England? Is that like an English zip code? Shit, there's no WM. It isn't a zip, but it probably should be. I mean, it has the right number of characters, but 21WM89, the WM wouldn't help. It's not, doesn't work, so I'm assuming that's not it. Shift reports. Shift report number 2. And the rumpled piece of paper. Wait a minute, was there something here? What the hell have you done? I found traces of mud on the stairs to block 4, which lead down to the window on the first floor. Plus you ruined the handle on the window. Is that information? Should I be looking for windows? Window on the first floor? Yo! Let's go look for windows on the first floor. All I want to do with my life is run a shop like this. I think that's what I want my destiny to be. How do I make it happen? This would literally be a dream job. The owner doesn't seem to be coming back. Amazing. And true. Amazing and true. Okay. Oh, bleh, 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 bleh. Alright, we checking windows. That's what we're doing now. Why are all the windows up there? Let me see. Can I climb? These windows seem very second story to me. Or is that the window that he's talking about? The one above the janitor's thing? Second episode windows. Game. Use the wrench to break the window. No Q on at least these two. Let me check this side. That's an E, no Q, but let's try anyway. You never know. Wait, let me see. Can I combine it with something? Has that journal entry here? Or I'm sorry, the wrinkled piece of paper? Let's see. Traces of mud on the stairs to block 4, which lead down to the window on the first floor. I know it was you, plus you ruined the handle on the window. Have you gone mad? Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Can I use my wrench on this door? Nope. Ah. Nope. Stuck again. Like, unless there's a way for me to climb. There's some windows here. Can I use these windows? No. Awfully nice of you to get stuck while we wait for the rest of the team to assemble. It's not my intention. Trixie. Hobbit says, I wonder if I should go back this way. Actually, this might be faster. Dang it. Can I use the wrench on the door out here? Wait, let me just check it. Check it out, you never know. Sophie, our little Nancy Drew. Can I use the wrench on the fortune balls? Nope. Just combining everything now. Well, I guess I could try... I mean, aside from trying the wrench on every door that has a Q on it. Better not be another thing that I have to, like, break off or something like that. Start checking out those items. Yeah. I like that the bottle, there's liquid that shakes when you shake it. That's nice. A good touch. The little things for me, you know, it really is. Immersion. I'd say this key is as old as the building. Well. Better not be any spook in here. You're real freaking upset. Okay. Let's try it. It says it'd be funny if that actually worked, but I think this thing only works with specific tokens. No. Nope, nope, nope. Fucking hell. Can it not? We hiding. It's heartbeat time. Yo.
That's over. Just horrific.
Over but horrific. So I'm missing something again. What is it? What could it be? Could it be something? I mean, if I could get into the spooky room, that'd be great. But I guess I just need to keep trying to try. Yeah. Definite spooks. And this room is completely sussed out. There's nothing in there. That I can see anyway. And then did we come from there? Forget. Locked. Leads to the building's storage units. That key's not gonna work. And can't use that. Dang it. What things in the game have a Q associated with them at this point? So it's basically, it's a little bit difficult to see. We've got a couple different doors that have Qs associated with them. Most of the key, anything that has a lock on it, typically should have a Q. Sometimes it just has an E for some reason. I'm not totally sure why some things have Qs and why some things have E's. If it's like you have something that could work, or if it's like you have to find something other than a key to make this work. You know what I mean? Like I don't totally understand what that's about. So yeah. I'm gonna open this door. I hope I don't die. Is there anything in here that would make me think there's a passcode in here? Is there anything around the dials that might... The dials? Oh, yeah, actually? Huh. Oh boy. The heck? What is happening? What the hell? That's new. Sure, Sophie. Sure. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. Wow. Can't do anything with it. Nope. I have a horrible feeling I'm gonna have to be watching on the security cams to see, where's the puzzle? Where did the puzzle go? Here it is. So it's just sort of a gold doohickey with nothing, no, explanation as to what it's gonna do. No? You know? You might be right about the camera. Oh no. Alright, I'll just go outside and I'll look at the camera. I'm not happy about this at all. Better seen from the camera. You're right. You're right about that. Uh-oh. I'm on the wrong side of things. Oh boy. Okay. Can't do anything with that. How weird. How weird. Do I have to check everything now? Guess I better. Check every door. Let's see here. I'm gonna check the spook door. Dang it, I always hope it's gonna be clear and it's not. I wonder what that was about. I think I still need a key for this one. But let's just try it. No, okay. Dorman's rooms. Check out the elevator room as well. Actually, haven't been in here in a while. What? I don't even know what I saw. Like, she just freaked me out all of a sudden. Is creepy bathroom. No wonder Erica filed a complaint against the doorman. Fucking pervert. Uh-oh, what was he doing? What was going on? This room looks normal. No one's on the tellies. Got to creepy elevator room. I do have to say I hate this room. I don't like long hallways. When big spooks are coming, you know? It's not the place to be. Right, now we're out in the courtyard. Almost, anyway. Coast is clear. Let's try the door. Someone's bolted it. Okay. Janitor room is closed up. Entrance is locked. Should be listening. Listening for the test spooks. Locked. Locked. Yeah. Still locked. Okay. What's this place called? The antique store? Let's check it out. Sounds good. Okay. Before I go back into the gallery, I am going to freaking watch the camera. See if the camera shows anything creepy going on. Any chicanery. Better not be. Everything looks good. Everything up there looks solid. Jesus Christ. My God.
What a nightmare.
What the hell? Ew, it's in there. No freaking thanks. What the heck? Damn. Okay. So, nothing? Wow, this one is like difficult. Hello, Jagged. Welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you're well rested. Hope you're got some sleep. We are back at it again in episode 2 of Song of Horror. Admittedly stuck again. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I got some sleep as well. Unfortunately, I'm just letting you know now, I do have to call it a bit earlier tonight. Because I have an appointment early in the morning, so sad days, but we'll be back tomorrow, so not the end of the world. But yeah, I'm a bit stuck right now. Believe I'm doing things wrong again. Let's get caught up. We made just a little bit of progress, right? Found the wrench. Yes, so basically it was spooky yesterday. You were playing normally and all of a sudden you started laughing. I hope you were okay back then. And then left. Yeah. It was okay. Definitely spooky. I laugh sometimes when I get scared. That's just how I cope, I guess. But yeah, so tonight I solved the puzzle at the filing cabinet. I found a wrench. I found an old key. So basically I still have a lot of locked doors and stuff. And a puzzle in the gallery, but I don't really have a way forward again. I'm kind of stuck again. I thought I would be ready to go, but apparently not. Our inventory, we've got the scented candles. We have the doorman's keys. We got those using the magnet from the hanger, right? So we do have those still. I have a copper key, which I found... Where did I find the copper key? Oh, I found the copper key in the safety deposit box looking thing. And that key says Farber on it, and it's super old, rusty key. I'd say this key is as old as the building, is the sort of flavor text on that. And then I have the 2 fortune balls. I have a wrench, which I've already used to open the safety deposit box thing, but I did get it back, so I can use it again on something. I have a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, and I have an empty spray bottle. I've tried combining the hydrogen peroxide in the spray bottle, and it won't let me. I've tried combining almost everything, and I've inspected everything multiple times because of our magnet incident last night. So, how about the letter from the janitor? Oh yeah, I also got this letter. And it says on the back side, there's nothing on the front. On the back side it says, "Damn, Walter, what the hell have you done? I found traces of mud on the stairs to block 4, which lead down to the window on the first floor. I know it was you. Plus, you ruined the handle on the window. Have you gone mad? I have informed the building handyman so that he can fix it as soon as possible. I don't know what the hell is up with that girl, and I don't really give a damn. Stop screwing around and start behaving yourself. It may turn out she's not hysterical as you claim, but rather that you are one big weirdo. This is the last time I'm putting my arse on the line for you." So I think he's talking about the window from the janitor shed to the building, like the apartment number 4, but I have no way of getting up there that I know of. I have a door down below that I can't get through because there's like the spooky ghost on the other side. So I can't, like, I have to wait until it goes away, I guess. I'll go show you. So down here, this is the door I couldn't open last night, but I can now. It did say the window on the first floor, Grayson, but all of the windows seem to be on the second floor. Yeah, so monster is still in there. Do you know if they use American or European floors? I have no clue. You think Europe first floor is American second floor? Interesting. Check the shelf. This shelf right here. I don't think there's anything I can pick up from this shelf. Jeez.
What is happening to that door?
Not a fan. Okay. Oh, and I found this room down here. That basically... This is where I found the wrench. It's like a supply room. There's not much to interact with here anymore. There's switchboards here, but I can't do anything about them. Can't interact. There's a toolbox here, but can't use anything from there. And there's a table here that I can't take anything off of, so... This room is more or less a dead end until further notice, I suppose. And then... Yeah. So... Because most every other door is locked up, like, can't interact with it. This is all of the doorman's area. We've got his office. What are the keys for? It's a good question. So I've got doorman's keys, which opened up the lower area where we just were, and then I also used the doorman's keys to open up this whole area here, but I still have them in my inventory, so I'm sure I can use them for something else. Yeah, let me examine. Set of iron keys found in the doorman's office. He is nowhere to be seen. The usual master key set that opens the doors in a building. So, yeah. I am pretty sure that I used them on every door possible. I suppose I should try to use them again on the apartments outside in the courtyard. probably a good place to try to use them. If I haven't, although I'm pretty sure I did, but... 80th time the charm, you know? Just make sure everything here is Gucci. It looks to you like 2 different keys. They look like 2 different keys to me too. If there's some way to like break them up, I don't know. On the wall, that is it's a poster. And it says, "Why am I not surprised by a workstation with an obscene poster?" But I can't do anything about it. I can't. There's nothing behind it or anything. Let me go out to the courtyard. Maybe inspect 2 times. Oh yeah, I've been inspecting everything like, what was that? What was that? Might show oh yeah. Yeah, let me do that. But yeah, Jagged, I've been inspecting like everything like so many times to try to figure out like, does it break open? Does something happen? So far, no good. Okay. Wait, let me see. Can I use my keys on this? Can't. Okay. Let me just try using the Dorman's keys on all of the doors out here. The ones that I can. That doesn't work. Can't use Q on that door. Oh my gosh, what? Okay, well I got this door open. I swear that I tried those keys on every single door. Here we are. Okay, so this is gonna help. But also Jagged, should I show the... I was just stalling until you showed up. Should I show the thing in the gallery first? Show the gallery? Okay. So something happened to us when we were in the gallery. I was trying... There's a puzzle in the gallery. I don't know if you remember, but it's like a six figure or 6 character puzzle. I need 6 different characters. The numbers are from 0 through 9, and the letters are A through F. 6 dials, thank you. Yeah. Open this door. We're just gonna try it. If I die, I die. So, the room started rumbling, and then this painting fell off the wall. And there's just a hole in the wall now. And I can't do anything about it. Oh, and many roaches crawled out. Correct. But there's no way to interact with it except to look at it. So yeah. That's all. That's all for that. Okay. Oh. Run back out to that door we just got. So happy we finally got it. I have a good feeling about this door. I think we're gonna get a lot of progress. Nope, nope, nope. Stop it. Stop it. Sure. Alright. Always listen. 6 dials like a combination lock. No clues yet. No clues that at least stand out to me particularly. notice board for building residents. Okay, so this is one of the... This is like first floor of the apartments. Oh boy. A, B, and C. Yeah. B is locked. Dials, yeah, the dials have numbers 0 through 9, and the letters, letters A through F, like on the same dial. So you could either be one of the letters or one of the numbers.
Nope.
Wait, did that have a Q or an E? Q. Nope. Q? Should I try the doorman stuff? The doorman doesn't work on that one. Doorman doesn't work on C. Doorman and the Farber key do not, so nothing works on those doors yet. Wow. Ever been on a map with so many locked doors before? It's still raining out there, and it probably will the whole night. Do we remember what Erica's flat was? Was it C? No. C3, wasn't it? Either B or C? Okay. Then we'll try every key. 3C, you think? Was it C4? I don't remember anything. Okay. Definitely 3. I think you're right. I don't think actually we'll be able to get into any of these doors until we get to level 3. Because that would be odd if we could get into some random person's apartment. Everything in the courtyard is soaking wet. Ooh. Door is locked shut. I don't think she was 3A anyway, but we're just trying it. Because you never know. I wonder if there's an achievement for trying to open every single door. Where was the other Farber supposed to live? Oh, wait a minute. We might be in the wrong block. You know what I'm saying? You might be like in block what was it? Oh, I might need to go back and look. Kind of stressing me out because there's nowhere to hide. Looks even colder from here. Nope. Stop it. Maybe she was B4 or C4. Nope. Oopsie. Okay, this might be it. Here we go. You think we'd remember C4? You might be right. Yeah. Explosion. Are you telling me that I'm not able to get into any of these doors? Oh no.
Nope.
Wow, I can't get in any of these. Maybe the folder. I try to use the wrench? No. Won't let me use the wrench. Well... Wait, stop it. Nope. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get down these stairs. I can't get into any of those doors. That's a problem. We didn't find anything in this building. Like, nothing. Nothing at all. Yes, the outside is soaking wet and cold. I know, she says it like 80 times. Well, clearly I need to go back and double check what room she's in. That's kind of crazy that I didn't find anything. But that's only block 2, and I don't need to get into block 2. You know, I need to get into block 4. But maybe I can now? Doesn't work. This is block 4 that I'm at right now. The one that I got into was block 2. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Agreed. The staircase leading to the window was on block 4. Right, exactly. Yeah. Should I do something crazy? I have a sort of crazy idea. It's probably not gonna work. And just out of curiosity, I want to see if I go out to the front, can I climb a ladder? Oh, it says Isaac Farber is in interior flat A. Jesus. Why?
What a nightmare.
Freaking why? Wait, I just got the door open. Did I not try that key on every single door?
Yes.
All these doors are opening up. What is happening? Ah! The doorman's keys. Game. No, I used the doorman's key. I have the Farber key right here. Oh, maybe you just used the... I didn't check again. I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, so boxes, filing cabinets, papers, and more papers. I wonder if any of these things will be used again. Definitely weird. Maybe I couldn't use that key until I got the Farber key, you know? So I had to go back and check everything with the Farber key. I mean, with the doorman's keys. There's a blanket covering something. I wonder what it is.
Huh.
Maybe I could just uncover this thing and see what it is? Should I? What's the worst that could happen?
Oh shit!
That's a big nope. It's a big nope. I want to change Sophie's fate. If you had a chance to change your fate, would you? I would. I would change it. Mirrors as ghost portals. Bad, bad. Yeah. I definitely agree. So never uncover anything that has a sheet over it, I guess is the lesson here. And honestly, like, I knew that going into it. What's it, the Scottish accent? It's from Brave? The wait, was it Pixar or was it just Disney? Disney Pixar? I don't know. That animated movie about the Celtic princess. That's like my favorite quote. The rest of the movie was eh, but okay. What is that? It's a paper. Isaac, I'm afraid it is too late. I have heard the melody. Yeah, the Archer Princess. Indeed. All right, Isaac. I'm afraid it is too late. I have heard the melody. Catherine and the children have too. Just once. Nothing will happen to them, will it? Dear God, that melody. Something is different inside my head. It's made me see things I don't understand. Things I would rather not continue seeing. I'm so sorry, Isaac, but I feel forced to send the music box back to you. I will keep researching it, but I don't want to have it anywhere near me. I must think of my family. Please take care of yourself and forgive my lack of courage. Sebastian P. Oh boy. So, he got rid of the box, which is nice. Dutch Baroque paintings, or fags. I don't recognize these particular works, but the themes are dark. I think that's all that can be seen in here. Okay. Jeez.
Run, run, run!
Run? Oh no, I don't actually know where I can hide.
There's a table.
Where? Well, we found one. There! We did it. Heartbeat time. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. That was a close one. Cotton candy and lemongrass.
I made it.
All of the happy thoughts, indeed. Very cool. Ooh. Seems safe, so I'm gonna go in. Ooh. Got a cassette tape here. Recording 1 by Isaac Farber. A voice recording the antique dealer Isaac Farber, dated 9th August 1998. Let's listen. Scottish coincidences.
Something pressing on my chest. Then I saw my reflection in the mirror. The face looking back at me was grotesque. It was deformed and changed color, and it was jolting about with despair. It was banging against the glass time and again, trying to warn me, or to escape the place it was in. It seemed as if it was screaming, but I couldn't hear anything. The scene was so horrific that, well, I woke up again. I was inside the bathroom, standing before the shattered mirror.
Oh boy. Coming events cast their shadows. Oh no. Yeah, the Scottish coincidence was that was actually pretty great. Not gonna lie. A notice board for the neighbors. Everything is older than the hills. I guess there aren't many residents in this part of the building. Okay. Seems quiet. Let's go in. Just kidding. Can I use a key? Nothing. Okay. Way too dark. There looks to be a paper on that far door. Get it? That? Note from Erica Farber. A reminder written by Erica Farber for her father, Isaac. Father, I kept a copy of the key to the house in the display case in the showroom inside the Chinese puzzle. I would have left it at the store for you, but I don't trust the doorman. I have provided you with a reminder of the combination on the back of this note, in a somewhat cryptic form, though, just in case this falls into indiscreet hands. Big hug, Erica. Aha! She's got a little B-punk stamp on there. Nice. Okay, from left to right. First wheel 8, second wheel 5. Yeah, puzzle solved. Yeah, I think it's so it's numbers, right? And then the 6th wheel, I can't write it in Roman numerals, smiley face, which might mean it's a letter? First letter. Like I? Is that what you mean by first letter? Oh, 0. No 0 in Roman numerals, come on. Y'all. Y'all are thinking like detectives. Can I get in here? Let me try the Farber key. Oh, you think it's A? What is happening? What is this house?
My hair is standing on end. Something is very wrong here.
Claw hand above or a giant spider. Why?
What the devil?
Coats, hats, and a scarf. The coat rack is full. Too full for someone who's supposedly out and about. If I'm gonna make... I kind of want to go do the puzzle. Before I continue, but I don't know. There's a set of keys and a pair of glasses. It's almost as if Farber were back home, but I have a feeling the place is empty. Oh boy. Well, let's find out. Oh no, lots of doors. Lots to look at here. Okay, here we go. So, a romantic painting, not your usual historical theme, but rather something more sinister. A circle piece. A wooden circle piece carved and decorated.
Huh.
The design looks Asian. It's very pretty. I wonder if that can go inside the token machine. Photo albums and a family portrait next to works on religion and history. This is so sad. Pills and a bottle half empty. The sight brings back bitter memories. It looks like Farber burnt something on the bed. God, he could have burnt down the whole house. Uh-oh, Ouija board. A Ouija board. Farber has tried absolutely everything you could think of. A bottle and the Bible. Farber must have been desperate. Broken mirror. I wonder what kinds of things Farber has seen reflected in here. An open closet. Yay, a place to hide. Books on witchcraft, Wicca, and other old religions. I wonder if Farber even knows what he's looking for. Now you understand how this mess was summoned. Yeah, it's like in his attempt to get rid of it, he might have brought it a little closer. Another recording. Let's listen by Isaac Farber. Here we go.
Erica, I hope you are the one to find this, my daughter. I have had a few problems. Some sort of nightmares or visions. I don't know what to call them. I'm exhausted. I have a hard time falling asleep, and the doctor believes it's stress. But I suspect it's something else altogether. That blasted warmth. Sebastian, yes, you've got to find Husher. Sebastian Husher, the professor. My friend, or so he said. Find him and ask him how he did away with this. Ask him whether he also saw things. Ask him why he's abandoned me like this. Ask the black figure, those who crawl.
Whoa!
I've got to block it.
Not okay. Was not expecting that at all.
I just barely made it.
Bruh. Okay. Good times. Okay. Whew. Not stressful at all. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Whoa, dark room. Very cool. An old folding camera. What a gem. It still works, that is. Film developing products and several drying pictures. Looks like Farber is into technology. Did it say technology or photography? Oh, yikes, yo. He's captured some spooky... Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's say. Farber's into photography, not technology. And read. Oh, boy. Either he's an artist or he's seen some shit. Maybe both. A tray and bottles ready for mixing. I wish I knew more about chemistry. If I want to mix anything, I think I'll need more ingredients. Okay, that's gonna be a puzzle then. Hydrogen peroxide. Yes. I wonder, can I try it now? Can't use it yet. Let me try combining those things now, though. No, can't yet. Is that all that's in here? I can't get any of these materials from this. Photos. What was that? More photos. Okay. So that's all I can get out of here. I'm sure there'll be more chemicals somewhere else. Alright. This is a rather nice apartment he's got here. I guess being in the antique business is quite lucrative. A shattered mirror. It's odd, almost as if it had been broken from behind. Aw, heck no. Oh, not another bathtub. An old bathtub. That dripping faucet makes me nervous. We had a dude in our high school, a senior. He was into this Ouija boards and tarot cards. His stuff would move on its own, and he exactly predicted the death of our math teacher by cancer. She passed away in May the next year. Holy shit. I'm sorry that that she died, but also that's kind of nuts. I wonder how he felt when he like accurately predicted that. If he was like, oh shit. Or if he was like, yeah, I knew that would happen. Damn. Barber family photographs. Isaac and his daughter Erica must be pretty close. I don't think I'll ever mess with a Ouija board. Tarot cards I think are pretty cool. I think they're pretty and I think they're interesting, but I don't know. I've had one lady read me, she like read my tarot, like I was just in a shop and then she like came out from behind this curtain and she was like, pick out a card. And so I picked a card out and then she like almost accurately explained the situation I was in, like to the T. Like she was like, she just nailed it. I don't know how she did it because I'd never met her before, never been in that shop before. And it could be that it was like generic enough to have matched my current situation, but it just felt so spot on for what I was like predominantly like concerned with at the time. It was wild. But Ouija boards are a no thanks from me.
Mr. Farber? Hello?
Is it locked? I can't get in here?
Mm-mm.
The door has a latch on the inside. Okay. What the hell? Nah, fam. I hate that. I hate that a lot. I have a really bad feeling about, a really bad feeling about this. So next year in October? What are you saying? Oh no, here we go again. just die? Oh, thank God. A game called Ouija is coming to Steam? Oh. Hello, Edgy. Welcome in. How have you been? Sorry, I was concentrating. Like Hag and DVD. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a game called Song of Horror Edgy, which is like a horror / puzzle game, kind of like Beast Inside. The puzzles are a bit more difficult, but the jump scares are like beautifully timed. It's really well done, in my opinion. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. Anything with the fortune telling is a portal to another side, and I don't think we should be dabbling with that stuff. Be that a direct ghost call like the Ouija boards, or cards popping out by themselves in tarot readings. I wonder how they pop out by themselves. Just my opinion, though. No, I think you're right. Like, I don't want to say like I don't believe in ghosts. You know what I mean? Because I don't want like the ghost to be mad at me that I don't believe in them. So I just would rather just not, just not even deal with it. Just avoid it altogether because, you never know. So unless you know for sure about something, it's, yeah, stream crashes. Yeah, so I agree. I think it's just best to just not mess with that stuff. Don't mess with the dark magics. If they're even a legitimate thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna say they're not. I'm not gonna say they are. Cannot seem to mess with this lamp. That lamp has an ultraviolet light bulb. That painting is hideous. I'd say it's early 20th century, nothing valuable. What's Farber doing with something like this? I'll bet that he's doing some sort of art restoration type thing. What's that? Uh-oh. Why did I unplug the lamp? That makes no sense. Okay, the painting is still hideous. Oh, I took the UV light bulb.
Huh.
It's just a regular light bulb that emits black light, that is. Heck yeah. Cool. An old upright piano. You can tell it's been used, but well taken care of. Why would she play the piano? Detective time. Seeing that chessboard brought back memories of the seventh seal and gave me the shivers. Don't really know what she's talking about, but okay. Did I see what that is? What's that? Was the seventh seal like a... How do I access whatever that is? Oh. The shelf is full of novels, mostly historic fiction. I've actually read some of them. Nice. TV. You think the seventh... God. What the hell? Stop! Do you think the seventh seal was a film from... Can't remember which decade, but before the 90s? Oh. Very cool. Photos of a woman, probably Mrs. Farber. She seems happy. A tea set. The cups are covered in a fine layer of dust. Here's a letter. It says, Dear Isaac, I hope you're feeling better, or at least a bit more calm. I know now who made the box. Oh snap. But he died years ago. His name was Argos Legrand. As soon as I find out more, I will let you know. I believe the key lies in returning the box. If you have the list from the auction at which you purchased it, you can surely locate the former owner. I think things have improved since I sent it back to you. Yes, I'm positive. I hope everything is going well. Sebastian P. Husher. Wow. What if the person you got it from is dead? Just a question. Looks like someone was reading the morning paper on the sofa, but it's a month old. Seventh Seal, 1957. A man seeks answers about life, death, and the existence of God as he plays chess against the Grim Reaper during the Black Plague? That actually sounds great. Sounds very interesting. Is it based off of a book or something? Ingrid Bergman? Ingmar Bergman? Pile of dishes in the sink. I say someone washed them, but now they're covered in dust. Oh, the director. Oh. There's coffee here for several people, but it seems they never got around to drinking it. What's with these people and leaving behind their coffee? That's how you know something would be wrong, by the way, if I ever go missing. The coffee is undrunk. Okay, so dear daughter, I have tried to arrange the keys for you. The ones on the right-hand column are old keys. I only keep them just in case. The colored metal keys are for the security door to the shop and the locks. The square gold keys and the black plastic keys are all for devices and apparatuses in the shop. The round and triangular silver keys are the copies you made for the old display cases. The round green plastic key is for your motorcycle, and the red plastic key is for the safe. A small gold key is for the little box with your mother's things. The other three are for the storage rooms and warehouses where we keep the lots of antiques. Dad. She says, thanks for nothing, Daddy. Science fact, the interference, TV static, is the residue electromagnetic radiation from the Big Bang itself. Is that for real? So we still have radiation from the Big Bang? That's amazing. Hello, John. Welcome back. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? There's a filthy stench coming from the fridge. I have zero curiosity about what's causing it. That's amazing, Jagged. That's like... I love that. Pet food. Oh no. A box of dead cockroaches? I can't think of many insectivorous pets, but this is the kind of food they eat. Oh. You're doing great. Good to hear. Very nice. So we're still in Song of Horror, obviously. We're on episode 2 still. We are, what did you miss? Let's see. We figured out, we got a wrench to open the safety deposit box in the shop. We eventually found our way into some of the apartments. So right now we're in Isaac Farber's apartment itself. And so I think we're relatively close to finding him. I would hope so. What else? What else did you miss? Let's see. Oh, we were in the gallery and like a painting fell down and this big, like there was a huge hole behind the painting, but so far I can't do anything about it. I can just look at it. I found the answer to the gallery puzzle, if you remember that one. So I can go do that at some point. But right now I'm still checking out Isaac's apartment, which has some very spooky things. The code, yes. I found the code for it. Precisely. Oh my gosh. What? The exit, September 28th, 1998. The front door got replaced with a painting?
Huh.
I hate that. I can't go through. Not a fan. Have I entered the storage room? Yes, I used the doorman's keys that we got with the magnet. I used those keys to open the storage room. So that's where I found the wrench to do the other things. But there is a door in the storage room that I can't open yet. Because there's spooky noises happening on the other side. Oh yeah, and there's a bunch of like nooses hanging in this house, and I hate it. Was this the door that was locked? Yes, I think. Still locked. Always nuisance. Hallway is a big nuisance. Oh wait, can I use oh no, I don't have chemicals. What's with the spooky noises? Are bad puns bannable? No, puns are always welcome. We love puns here. Well, at least I do.
How bizarre.
Okay, then my mind are set for you guys now. I'm sorry. Sorry if you don't like puns. Oh.
It finally stopped.
You think that John likes puns? I thought that meant that he didn't like puns. Oh no, not puns. Ah. Gotcha. I see. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do the Chinese puzzle. Unless I get attacked, which is probably gonna happen. I feel like if I say that I'm going to get attacked, I won't get attacked. Like, I'm calling out the monster before he gets a chance. Spook me. You only get attacked when John makes suggestions. That's true. So this is the spooky hole that I found. It's horrible and I hate it. And I wish it wasn't there, but it is. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, something's definitely crawling out and or pulling me in. Okay, so here's what I have. From left to right. So 8, 5. Is that 16? No, 14. 8, 5, 14. 2 and 11. And maybe A. There's only one problem with this, is that there's no 14 or 11 on here. So... Oh, you know what it could be? It could be like 8th character. Keep dialing up. Wait, so let me start over. So if it's all set at 0. How do I reset it? I can't. Okay, I think it's all set at 0. Should I just do that for all of them? Like do... Okay, so... Well, which way do I go? From left to right? Go up like normal. Up? Okay. Up numerically, I see. I did 14 up. And you think it's A? Not that. Should I try 0? Like Jagged said? Got it. Nice. Team effort. A cylinder box puzzle? It's a puzzle in a puzzle? A hollow wooden cylinder. It's divided into several ring-shaped compartments. This is pretty. Oh, missing piece. I found that with... I found that it was this key over here. This little circle thing. Alright, so I attached it. Ooh. Okay, so this is spinning the box. And then I can spin... Oh, snap. It's a maze. This is cool. I'm assuming the green line has to connect somehow. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no, it can rotate. Oh, wow. You thought 14 would be N, like N is the 14th letter? You were close though. That was close. It was just 14. It was the 14th character on the dial, so. So I gotta rotate this whole thing. Wow, this is like a puzzle. This is like a puzzle in 4D. It's nuts. So that connects to that. That works, but that might not be the... Oh, I see. It goes underneath the dragon. It kind of... At first I thought the green line was cutting out, but it's not. It connects underneath the dragon, so that's good. Oh, but then it rotates it. So this one needs to go like that to connect. And then... Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I guess I should just solve it from this way. Like that. And then... Oh, I can rotate that one. Oh, well, for... That would make my life a lot easier. Wait, now I'm confused. Hold on. So we're with the blood pressure about examining the magnet. Yeah, Jagged got some rest, and Jagged's feeling better. Wait, hold on. My brain just exploded. Wait. That's not right. That works. Oh, I can't move that one. It all has to come from there. Okay, so we're close. We're getting closer. Oh, puzzle. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta press the, random science facts till you get banned. Okay. So I need to line up. Everything needs to be in the right order. Because when I do this, it twists everything. Oh, crap. And you line the ends up first. I can't line the ends up first, I don't think. Because the ends... Let me see. Let me try. Or you can also see the dragon pattern. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, not connecting it by the green lines, but connecting it by the dragon. I think the green line might be easier for me to tell, but I might be wrong. Fourth one's already in place. Do third. Shoot. Well, last two are wrong. Well, yeah. Right. The two on the right are wrong. So we need to know where the last one needs to go, right? Almost there. I think I need to move this one more time. That should work. Why is it not working? Hit Q. Oh. Thank you. I was like,
Yes.
what? Hey. Wait. I need to find the daily fact. If the Romans had won the Battle of Teutoburg Forest, there would not have been a language existent in the world today. The Germanic tribes slaughtered the Romans by a series of ambushes and survived the Roman conquest. Thus, the German language survived. Whoa! Dang. Yeah, classic puzzle. Solve this from right to left because of the left pieces, the right ones move as well. Yeah. Cthulhu, we love to see it, right? This keychain is bulkier than the keys, not to mention... It's interesting. The keychain is bulkier than the keys. I'm hitting inspect like 20 times. Well. Examine. We trying. These are Erica Farber's keys. So that probably means we find the plate, her apartment, and we can get in. So, well, that puzzle's done. What other puzzles do we even have? Oh, of course, I gotta go into complex number 4, I think. Share your autocorrect disasters. One time I was trying to log into my financial aid portal thingy for college, and well, this isn't an autocorrect disaster, this is just a typo disaster. And like the username that for everybody to use was student, but I wrote instead of an N for student, I wrote a B, which ended up spelling studet, like debt, like I'm in debt because college is so expensive. It's more of a typo disaster, but again, it was a disaster. Alright, I think this is right. I think this is Erica's place. Let's try it. Heck yeah, we in. Have I opened the shelf? Yes. I opened the shelf and it was, what was in there? It was a key to, oh, it was this old key. Let me see here. It was this, oh, I don't have it anymore. It was a key to Farber's apartment. It was like an old key that had Farber's name engraved in it. A friend of yours was trying to type my beautiful wife, but it came out my hateful wife. No. Oh my god. That's rough. There's a garbage collection schedule, although I'd say they'd never come by here. That's very disastrous. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Abandoned gas bottles. Doesn't seem like the safest place for them. The bin reeks and it's full of cigarette butts. Haha, I said butt. The state of abandonment in this place is surprising. Right. Door is locked shut. Door is locked shut, but I think this might be Erica's place. Nope. Okay. Wait, do I have any other keys? No. Okay. Oh, she was like on the 3rd floor, wasn't she?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Or maybe he just blamed autocorrect. Oh no. Yeah, it was definitely autocorrect. Place is full of random junk lying around.
Huh.
The window is missing a handle and I can't pry it open? Yo. Wrench time. Heck yeah, here we go. Oh, she's just going in. She didn't even ask me.
Ooh. Damn.
Yours is very embarrassing. It
dangerous.
involved a senior female teacher from your school and the F word. Like the memories. I can't tell no more, you guys can guess. Oh no. Couldn't sleep for days. Walter Sullivan, security agent 09534. That does sound very bad, Jagged. A square torch, an old school torch with a clip attachment. The torch seems to be in good shape, but it doesn't have a light bulb. Well, what if I put a UV light bulb on it? Uh-huh. Yup. A tool covered in grease? A tool board covered in grease. I don't see anything useful. Didn't we use that light to suss out the KGB? We sure did. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's, that's what these games are all about. All about sussing the KGB. Well, that was cool. Great. Now we have a handheld blacklight. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it's gonna be used for yet. I have a feeling about that picture we saw in Isaac Farber's apartment. We saw a picture that was like had a blacklight over it, or maybe we use on some picture or someplace. I've got a feeling. Well, we trying to get in every single door here. Maybe he was looking at the wrong picture. Yeah. I like that thought. That's like, we gotta use the UV light somewhere on some picture, somewhere. Or in some room, like maybe the photography room? I don't know. All I can see is rain. I'm glad. I'm glad all I can see is rain. I don't want to see anything else, Sophie. The key... Was the key in any of the notes anywhere? Oh, the key that I'm trying to use right now? As far as I know, Erica Farber lives in one of these apartments, so I'm trying to test my key on every door. I'm pretty sure it's 3C.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Here we are. Wait, I should listen at the door. Oh my god, I almost just opened that door. I would have been dead.
Is somebody there?
Oh, great.
Hello?
Nope. Ring lights.
All right, let's take a look.
Okay. Tell them you're here again, Sophie. Yeah, she likes to announce her presence every single time. Instructions on mixture? Note about how to combine several chemicals. Erica, come see me when you read this. I couldn't find the luminol. I think it's in your locker, but you must have left the key in a trouser pocket as usual. When you find it, get some hydrogen peroxide, come home and mix them up as follows. 200 milliliters of stabilizer, regardless of the final amount of the product. Okay. 1 milliliter of dimethyl sulfoxide, and 2 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide for each milligram of luminol. Oh boy. 50 milliliters of distilled water as a base, and another 50 milliliters if the total mixture is more than half a liter. When you've got it all, add the luminol. Conversions. It's good to have a father who's an antique dealer. I know, right? Got this amazing apartment because of all that. A, hydrogen peroxide. B, dimethyl sulfoxide. C, stabilizer. D, distilled water. If you have any trouble, remember that bottles A and B are the same size and their taps are identical. I got bad news for you guys. This puzzle is going to be hard for me. Chemistry was not my jam. So hopefully it's not a difficult puzzle. Zombie movie posters. Can't say I love the genre, to be honest. It feels like scary stories with zombies simply lack imagination. Okay. An old jukebox in great condition. You really have to work at an antique shop to get something like this. I want to be an antique dealer. Contemporary design. Not a bad looking shelf, but I prefer more traditional furniture. An old movie projector. Reminds me of old films, summer drive-in theaters, and in a way of Daniel. I'm not crazy about looking through people's laundry, but I have no choice. Rip personal notes and random music albums. Looks like Erica is no friend of order. It's okay, Shrimp. We also be with you. Yeah. I appreciate the support. Sophie's very unhappy to be searching through this laundry. Where's that? Why is the camera going behind her like that? Okay, nothing, just dirty clothes. Okay. An arcade! One of those arcade video game machines. I've never gone to an arcade, but I know kids love them. Sophie does like getting her hands dirty. I have a record player just like that at home, but my musical taste is a bit more serene. Lots of chess sets. Modern rock albums, not bad, although I prefer the classics. Erica is into punk, for sure. Travel guides, a reflex camera, and a long-forgotten plant. Looks like Erica spends more time away than she does at home. A bottle of table wine. Not expensive, but probably decent. I wonder how many piles of clothes Erica has around the house. Anyway, don't think about it. Oh, we search in every single pile. Nothing in there. Great. Dishes in the sink. Kitchen utensils. Nothing remarkable except for the amount of knives. You were married to Daniel, Sophie. Don't judge. I know, she's so judgmental. For no reason. The entire room reeks of rotting pizza. Yummy. Very yummy. Okay, I think I looked at everything in here. Okay. More dirty clothes.
Yes.
Another pile. I wish Erica was a bit more tidy. I mean, she doesn't have to be digging through her clothes. Maybe she does, I don't know. Nothing there. Okay. Moving on. That's why Daniel wants a divorce. You think these were people who just disappeared and left their clothes behind? Yeah, I think they, like, all of these people seem to have, like, crazy, like, amounts of things just like left behind. Photo albums. The titles speak for themselves. Parties, interrail, festivals. Very judgmental, Sophie. Ooh, I love this bathroom, though. The cabinet has a small lock. It seems sturdy. Very shiny. I don't think I have anything that could try to open that. Cabinet is full of perfumes. Some are almost empty. She's got Laura, one of my favorites. This is the shiniest bathroom ever. Well, guess I gotta find a key somewhere. Just double checking that I don't have the house key anymore. No, okay, I don't. I don't have the little Cthulhu key any longer. Okay. The door. Very elegant bathroom, I agree. String light time. What is that horrid sound? Records, a guitar, and a mattress with cushions on the floor. Looks like the very definition of my life as a university student. What is that noise?
Huh.
Oh, a scorpion. I don't really get why people would want to have that as a pet. She has two of the exact same guitar? Oh, heck no. A large shiny coin and its terrifying custodian. I don't think it's a good idea, but should I take the coin? You want me to take it? What's the worst that could happen, right? I don't have permadeath, so... Where's the hanger? What if can I use the cockroaches to feed it? Oh yeah. The spider went off to enjoy her dinner. I don't see her anywhere.
Huh.
Big brain. Heck yeah. Gold Coulter token. A gold-colored metal token for Coulter machines. Nice. Got another coin for the fortune teller. Classic horror stories. I wonder if someone will ever write about what's happening to us. I wonder. Should I try to feed the scorpion too? Oh, I can't. Okay. Well, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I should bring the coin back to the fortune teller guy. The Rose Maze. I've seen that 3 or 4 times. I love how the horror elements make it an even better film, if that's at all possible. There's a poster of the Egyptology exhibit in Paris 4 years ago. I wonder if Erica actually went. Maybe we were there at the same time. Cool, very cool. Whoa. That's quite an array of keys. At least there's a paper explaining what they're for. Let's see what I need. Oh boy. Okay. So, the ones on the right-hand column are old keys. I only keep them just in case. So we probably don't need them. The colored metal keys are for the security door to the shop and the locks. Security door to the shop and the locks. Do we need those? Square gold keys and the black plastic keys are for all devices and apparatuses in the shop. I don't know that we need those. The round and triangular silver keys are the copies you made for the old display cases. I don't think we need that. round green plastic key is for your motorcycle, and the red plastic key is for the safe. Display cases? Do we need to get into a display case? I don't know what we need to, but I don't know that we need to, but you want to. The other 3 are for storage rooms and the warehouses where we keep the lots of antiques. I know we want to get into the storage rooms. We have to deduce, I think, which ones that we need. So let me just like, hold on. Let me just write these down real quick. Because I kind of want, I want to see if the game only wants me to take the other 3 for storage rooms and warehouses, or if it wants me to like take all of these. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, I can't just leave that? Oh, great. Okay. So I don't need right-hand column. What did you miss? We are in Erica Farber's apartment. We found a wall of keys, and we have a puzzle that tells us what all the keys are for. And Sophie said when we got up to it, she was like, all right, let's see what keys we need. So I have to take the right keys and only, I think I have to take the right keys and only the right keys. I can't take the wrong key, if that makes sense. But that's just my thought. Maybe the keyring can only carry a certain number of keys. Let's just try picking keys at random and see what it says. Like if I took that, and that.
Nope.
Those aren't the ones. I should only take the keys I need, or I'll spend the night trying them all out. So I think that's the thing. I have to take 3 keys that, I have to take the final 3 keys, like at the end of this puzzle, how it says the other 3 are for storage rooms. I think those are the ones I need. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I need, like, I don't know, ones for different things. Let me see. So let me just try something. Right-hand column are a nope. The metal color keys are a nope. Square gold are a nope. Black plastic, nope. Round and triangular. Round green. Red plastic. Small gold. Safe key, mother's box key, and maybe motorcycle. Well, see, my thought is that I know that I need to get to the storage rooms and warehouses because that's underground, and I don't have the keys for those. So I'm pretty sure that I need those ones. Does that make sense? I just want to try seeing if I can guess. So if I say right-hand column keys are out, okay. Anything that's a metal color is out. If it's square and gold, it's out. Black plastic are out. Round or triangular keys are out. What? Round green ones? Ooh, so I can take the green squares, potentially, but not the round greens. Does that make sense? Red plastic and small gold. Third gold key from left in row 1. I think that's a... Wait. Third gold key from the left. Oh. because I can take a round gold. You're right. I think I can take the 2 green. You think second row is a no-no? It does say metal color, right? The colored metal ones are a no-no. So maybe the green triangles I can't take. I mean, sorry, the green squares. That's what I thought. Any metal color? It kind of crosses things out a lot. What about the, that's a square gold. First key of the 3rd row. First key of the 3rd row, you think? That is a colored key, but it might be plastic? Is that what you're thinking? Oh, wait, I think I messed up. Oh, the blade isn't colored. Okay. First key of the 3rd row, right. And then the 5th key, silver, in the 4th row. 5th key, silver. Nice. I think I have the storage room keys. Nice job, Jagged. That's what I was thinking. I think I had to deduce all of the things that they told me to get the storage room keys. Yeah. Very, very, very nicely done. That was great. But you did it a lot faster than I could have. All right. 3 keys found in Erica Farber's flat. They open the shop's storage rooms. With these keys, I should be able to open all storage rooms. Heck yeah. We hustlin'. Ooh, notes taken by Isaac Farber. A sheet of paper filled with disorganized scribbles. A ghost? Monster? Demon? My own insanity? She needs to leave this place. In my home, inside the walls, all over the entire building. Wherever I go. The photographs, they can't be real. Is it me? Where is Simon? Cannot get in anymore. There is something underground. Show them to Erica when she comes back. Do not go downstairs. Some rich dude paid in millions to train us peasants. Travel posters and journals. Looks like Erica has been all over the place. Watching the rain from here is really soothing. Interesting. Another pile. Let's do it. Yeah, downstairs, spooky. I don't want to go downstairs. Heck no.
Yes, sir.
Here it is. No more searching pockets. So I found a small key. A small-sized key found among Erica Farber's dirty laundry. Looks like your standard dresser key. Cool. Great. Okay, so I've been... Oh, yeah, I gotta go into the bathroom. Maybe. Use her key. Think? Is that gonna work? Nice. I got a bottle of luminol. There's 150 milligrams of luminol in here. Cool. Wait, just want to double check. Make sure that there was nothing else in that cabinet because you never know. Nothing useful left. Great. Okay. We are good. Luminol and a UV bold. Guess we rollin'. Heck yeah. Is that everything in here? Was there a locked door in here somewhere? I can't remember. I think that was everything. I should probably... Wait, what's in my inventory? Okay, I should probably either go back to Isaac Farber's apartment, see if I can begin the chemistry puzzle, and if I can't, then I should go to the storage rooms, which I haven't been yet. Haven't been to yet, so... Is the hallway? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like having to look out the peephole. Why do I have to do that? Wait. I can't not look out the peephole. I have to look out the peephole. I literally can't get out of this. Why am I looking out the peephole so long? I can't. Why? Am I bugged? Might be a bug. Heck? Universal solution, press random keyboard keys. I can't even press escape. What the heck? Oh no. This is either a bug or this is like the longest scare tactic ever. Game. Yeah, escape doesn't work, nothing works. I quit out. Force quit. I hope that wasn't trying to do something, because I totally missed it if it was. Relaunching. I hope it saved. If it didn't, I'll be big, big sad. I have a feeling. Oh god, I hope it saved. It's okay. We know where we... Please refund, Dev. Oh boy. Please, please, please have saved. I beg of you. Oh boy. I have a bad feeling about this. If it didn't, I'm just gonna have to save every 5 feet because I won't trust. Won't trust that I won't get bugged. Now start from the front of the store. Oh, thank goodness, I'm still in Sophie's room. Phew. Oh, I should check my inventory though. Just to make sure. Okay, I've got everything. Don't worry, it will be okay. And it was! I'm Sophie. Tell me why I looked out the peephole again. Oh my gosh. I'm stuck again. Really? How do I usually stop listening? I hit right click. And it's then it's not a bug. I'm just doing something wrong. Should I look it up? How to stop... How to stop looking at the people in Song of Horror? You'll take a look? Thanks. Thanks, Grayson. In case of spoilers. Oh, yeah, okay. Cool. Much appreciated. Very cool. Maybe don't look through the keyhole again? Yeah, agreed. Although I would love for this to be an actual mechanic, but like in the game. Like I wish it would work. I don't understand why it's not. That's true. We do know there's nothing there. Top stair? I can't see anything up there. Wow, that's terrible that it's bugged like that. I mean, bugged like keeping me trapped in here. Pretty lame. You think Jagged is right? Don't look. Okay, I'll restart. I'll force quit this ish. Relaunching. Dev really like to spy on others. It looks like when you do the usual listen command. No, it looks different. It has a little eyeball. I do not have stream elements up yet. Like I said, I'm baby streamer. So I don't have stuff like time and hype and all that kind of stuff. I need to work on that. It'll happen soon. I'm just slowly adding more and more every day. Okay, here we go. Not looking out the door. Watch us die. We're just gonna die immediately. Guess I'll open this door. Here, baby. What are you saying? Out of curiosity, I want to see what's upstairs. There's an old fire escape practically falling apart. Even if I had to use it, I wouldn't. Ooh. Okay. Grayson. Nope. Stop it. Turn around. Stop it. Sophie. Before I was so rudely interrupted by the peephole, that I was going to test out the chemistry station, see if I can use that now that I've got the luminol. Oh wait, I have the recipe. Let me see. Where is it? That's the keys. Is it that? No. Oh, instructions on mixture. So it's hydrogen peroxide, dimethyl sulfoxide, stabilizer, and distilled water. Do I not have everything? Yeah, Jagged. I am West Coast. Let's check it out. Oh, Isaac's room was down here. Although, gotta be honest, I'm not happy to go back into Isaac's room. It was a little spooky. Maybe I couldn't interact with them because I didn't have the appropriate info or didn't have the luminol. Yeah. I think you're right. Wait. Which one's his room again? Here I am. It's in here. Okay. Why is his apartment so creepy? Okay, where's the dark room? This way. Stop it! Wait.
I gotta hide.
I have nowhere to hide in here. Wait, in the bedroom. Wait, which one's the bedroom?
There's nowhere to hide around.
This one?
I've got to find a hiding place.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We trying. Okay, let's go in here. Oh boy. Heartbeat minigame. Yo, I had to concentrate. Grayson Thale be the suggestion. He's the spooky suggestion guy now.
Where was I?
Reminds you of King Julian. Run for your lives when Alex loses it. It's on you now, yo. Here we go. I'm not familiar with the reference. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So. Okay. We need some chemistry people up in here. So. AGB time. Okay, so I'm just testing to see how it works. So I drain the thing, and then once I start draining, I can see the stuff go down. Except for I can't see the sulfoxide draining. And I can restart it. Alright, so this is the recipe. 200 milliliters of stabilizer, 1 milliliter of dimethyl sulfoxide, and 2 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide for each milligram of luminol. 50 milliliters of distilled water as a base, and another 50 milliliters if the total mixture is more than half liter. When you've got it all, add the luminol. So A, B, C, and D. A is hydrogen peroxide, B is dimethyl sulfoxide, C is stabilizer, D is distilled water. If you have any trouble, remember that bottles A and B are the same size and their taps are identical. How much luminol do we have? I'm not sure which one the luminol is. Which one's luminol? It's in our inventory. Oh. I don't know. It's, oh, it's, 150 milligrams.
Huh.
Luminol will be added after we scale. Yeah. So we've got 150 milligrams of luminol. And let's see here. That does affect the other amounts, correct? Grayson, I think that's right. And we need 200 milliliters of stabilizer, regardless of the amount of the final product. 1 milliliter of dimethyl sulfoxide, 2 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide for each milligram of luminol. 50 milliliters distilled water. And another 50 milliliters if total mixture is more than half liter. When you've got it all, add the luminol. So A is hydrogen peroxide, B is dimethyl sulfoxide, C is the stabilizer, and D is the water. So, so 1 milliliter of sulfoxide and 2 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide for every milliliter of luminol. And we have 150 milligrams of luminol. Oh, this is some freaking chemistry here. So, how many... I have to convert milligrams to milliliters or something? No? A first, okay. Oh, so we need 2 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide per milligram of luminol. We have luminol 150 milligrams, so that means we require 2 times that amount, which is 300 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide in bottle A. That is drain bottle A by 300 milliliters. If it starts at 525, that means we'd need to drain bottle A to 225 milliliters. Okay, I think I got it. Might be slightly above the line, but maybe it's fine. And it did say the sulfoxide bottle was the same size and the taps are the same. Jagged is KGB. Yo, Jagged's smart. So 1 milliliter of sulfoxide for every milliliter of luminol. Recipe? Yeah, you got it. Does that mean for the sulfoxide, is that half? Is that like 150? It is 150. So drain. It did say if you have any trouble, remember that bottles A and B are the same size and their taps are identical. So if sulfoxide bottle starts at 525, what's 525 minus 150? I don't think I need to drain them together for the same amount of time. I think I can just I can use the labels on bottle A to drain bottle B to the right. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yes, yes. Can I see how much liquid is in B? It's the same as bottle A, so they both start at 525. I think that's what that means. So clearly, let me see. I don't know if I can, let me see. Near, but I can't do the exact same time. Stop B when you've emptied 150. Yeah. So we need to reset again, measure the volume. Each tap unlock leads to volume loss. Okay. So I reset it. When I start the tap... Oh, stop. Okay, okay. I'm not able to highlight both, I don't think. Reset and show me by opening the valve. You want me to open valve A? Okay, I'm gonna open valve A. Let me know when to stop. Now you're not into chemistry. I've never really been into chemistry. Just press once. You want to see the volume loss per click stroke. I'm not clicking anything. I just click it once and the volume and it, like, I just open the tap and then it just drains without me doing anything. So that was me completely just opening the tap and letting it all drain out. So I either need to... is it possible to open A and B and then stop B when A gets to 375? I can try that. Let me see. The gurgle sound is the scale. Do it again. Yeah, you got this. Okay. Reset, repeat step 1. Okay, so drain, so stop it at 225. Copied it for me, thanks. All right, so I'll stop it at 225. All right, it stopped at 225. So now I gotta get B. 525 minus 150 is 375. Is that right? I am listening. We need 150 milliliters. We need 150 milliliters of the sulfoxide. The recipe is in the bottles. I'm not sure what that means. The recipe. We need to open the tap and keep it open till we hear 5 sounds. Okay, so 5 sounds gets us down to 220 or 375, is that right? But as we hit the 5th, we listen to it and then close the tap. That's for the sulfoxide, right? If you start both A and B together, you can stop B when A is at 375 and stop A when A gets to 225 if trying to time it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to try doing the 5 sounds as we come across the 5 sound. Yeah, I'll try the jagged, I'll try the timing one. As we come up to the 5th sound, I'll stop it. All right, let's do it. All right, I stopped it like at the start of the 5th sound. Although we do need to finish the rest of it. So stabilizer, 200 milliliters of stabilizer. So drain it down to 100, correct? And then distilled water. You think we should have listened to the sound? For the stabilizer? I was just watching the numbers drain on the labels. Maybe that was wrong? Hmm. 50 milliliter of distilled water as a base, and another 50 milliliters if the total mixture is more than half liter. I meant the B. Oh, it's okay. We'll try again. Oh, I did drain B to the sounds. I stopped it at the 5th sound like you said. So I hope that was the right. I hope I did that right. Yeah, I did do the sound for B for sure. So hopefully that works. Okay, so how do we know how much we've done for the water? So it says 50 milliliters of distilled water as a base. Uh-oh. And another 50 milliliters if the total mixture is more than a half liter. That mean... How do I measure how much I have? We've done... It's obviously more than 500 milliliters. Okay, so we need 100 milliliters as the base. Cool. Edgy, way too much brain power for you at this hour. Yeah, the puzzles in this game can be really challenging. Sometimes they're really fun and like no brain, but like they can be really a lot. All right, so 100 milliliters. All right, here we go. It's covering up the 2. That's cheeky. Am I good to check it now? Is this like, am I gonna die if it's wrong? I don't think I got it. Okay, let's try starting A and B at the same time. I'll stop B when A gets down to 375, and then I'll stop A at 225. And then we drained this by 200? Wait. 5th sound, please listen to it. Last time I did, I listened to I waited until we got to the 5th sound and then I stopped the drain. Recipe. Stabilizer. 200 milliliters of stabilizer. So yeah, so that's gonna be down, C goes down to 100. Checking. I got it. Got the mix right. But I need something to carry it with. Do I even know what this is for? Excellent teamwork, by the way. That was like the hardest one. Maybe, well, the fuses last night was pretty hard, but that was amazing. Big GGs. Big GG's. Okay, so I got luminol spray. Something tells me I'm using luminol spray and the UV light for some shenanigans. A spray bottle filled with dilution of luminol and hydrogen peroxide. I can spray luminol to detect invisible blood stains. This will be really useful. You were confused on this one? Honestly, same. Okay. Wowza. Wait, where did I need to see where there were blood stains? Or should I just wait until I come across something that says... Although I do need to figure out where I'm going to. Oh, I should do the storage rooms. Wait, no. I'm gonna do the puzzle box, the fortune teller in the shop. And I'm gonna do... And then I'm gonna go down to the storage rooms. Anybody seen the Sherlock series, the Reichenbach Fall, when the kid leaves traces for Sherlock to find them? Do you mean the Sherlock, the Benedict Cumberbatch series? Because I love that series, if that's what you're talking about. Luminol, and then Sherlock asked for UV lights. Yes. We know too much. We do know too much. Here we go. Yeah, that series was so phenomenal. Like, just masterful. Okay. I don't want to look for bloodstains, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about that life. I have a machine token. Let's do this thing. Give me my fortune. It says, I see your future. What do I see? Something there that shouldn't be. Oh, great. Thanks, sir. I feel really good now. Nice and safe. Voltaire, your fortunes are not at all helpful. Very nice, fortune teller. What a nice man. He's a phenomenal actor, and most importantly, his speech on life. Just stop giving. Yes, yes. Inspiration to us all. For reals. Is the ghost still in here? Ooh, the ghost isn't in here anymore. I think I will open this door. Aha! Oh no. Building utility meters. Everything looks so run down. Thank goodness, I thought it was another fuse puzzle. Is that all to see in here? Is that it? That seems weird. Electric is you? Nice. There's no puzzles in here. Wait, what's that? There's something glowing. Aha! Yay! Huh. It's large and ornate. Why did we come here? This is, this leads us to the storage rooms, supposedly. Down here. Not like this room, but this hallway leads us, when we go back outside, it leads us to, fortune teller. Should I just go do that real quick? I am pretty close. Might as well. Before I go into the storage rooms. What's more important? Solving this mystery or getting my fortune told? I feel like my fortune is really important. Was that coin not there before? I hadn't ever been in that room before. That room, I kept hearing the ghost in there, or whatever is in there. Monster, creature thing. So I never went in. What is that? I'm not a fan. Make it stop. Am I allowed to hide? I can't hide. Big ribs, big ribs, big ribs.
Things stop shaking.
Ghost simulation of earthquakes. Fortune teller is a ghost? Maybe he got upset that I have another coin. He's like, no more coins. Too bad, fortune teller. Tell me your secrets. What's that? Looks like the coin knocked out one of the fortune teller's teeth? Should I exchange my collector's item for Coulter's wisdom tooth? What's my collector's item? Oh, my haiku? Collect Coulter's wisdom tooth. Collectible item. A fortune teller's broken tooth. Take the tooth. We got it. It's more grim. Sorry, Coulter. I'm sorry you lost your tooth. It's kind of sad. The haikus I had, from episode 1? Yeah. So I got to, because I brought it in with me, I could exchange it for the tooth. We like that. All right, into the storage room. I'm very excited to get into the storage room. Because, oh wait, just kidding. It's actually really creepy in here. I thought it was gonna be amazing. I hate this. I made a mistake. Oh no.
Calm down. You just have to follow the trail.
Are you kidding me? I have to do what? Oh no. Great. Great. Looking for a storage unit with a wardrobe. There's nothing in this one. Nothing in here. Okay, he just touched the door, I guess. There is a kamikaze mission. GG. Actually. Thought you were going to die for not following the trail. I can off-road a bit, right? Can that mannequin not? Wow, could this storage room be any creepier? I was so excited to have, like... Okay, here we go. I was looking for, like... What is this storage room? Nothing in this one either. Okay. I was expecting, like boxes of cool things and, like, display cases and swords and... books. This is, like... It's frick. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Devs ran out of time. Farber's papers mentioned a blood-stained wardrobe. I should use some luminol to see if this is the one. Wait, did I spray it? Not a single stain of blood. This isn't the wardrobe I'm looking for. Take a deep breath and keep searching. Oh boy. Mannequin. one spooky level. Headless mannequin is a whole other level. Yep. God. These are not the wardrobes you're looking for.
What the devil?
What the heck? I guess I'm climbing in that wardrobe. Nope. We're climbing in this puppy. Let me in. Let me in.
Oh my god!
Can I kill it with luminol? Oh, Pete. Yo.
I have to keep going.
The delay is real.
No.
I have to keep going for Daniel? Girl. He's your ex-husband. Like, how could you keep going after seeing that? I can't tell if it's safe or not. Like, the music is really bad. I have to keep going for Daniel and Husher and Farber and Erica. The entire cast. I'm doing this for everybody. Everybody ever. Wait, what? I can't go through here? Oi, Harry! Welcome in! Loyalty level 1 gazillion. Does he even appreciate what I'm doing here? Have I been this way? How are you doing tonight, Harry? Looking for a storage unit with a wardrobe. Nothing in this one. Not too bad. Good to hear. We're on the hunt for a blood-stained wardrobe. It's your casual Tuesday. Yeah, I got the chat. It helps with uploads to YouTube. Wait, am I going the wrong way? Yeah, I need to go this way. Context, exactly.
The thing is still there.
What? What do I... I don't know where to go? Pardon me? Oh my god. Oh no. Yo! Can't enter any rooms. Oh. There we go. Oh my god. It like wouldn't let me enter any of those doors. Oh, hi. Okay.
Oh dear. This must be the wardrobe.
Oh dear, this must be the wardrobe.
Could anyone have recorded on it?
Best line ever.
The box isn't here.
That's like a me line. That's what I would actually say if I was in this situation.
All this time? How could it be possible? What the devil is happening to me? I have to get to my office. I must wrap it and send it to its owners. LeGrand Amsberg. They're the ones who... My office. I'm going to...
Yeah, something on the shelf, I think.
hear them crawling all over and screaming. 'Erica, come to my office.' 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 'Erica, come to my office.'
Oh boy. Not a trace of the music box. Shall I? This is the lot, but the music box must be at Farber's place. Now I just need to take a deep breath and head over there. I have to get out of here alive. Map not available? Game, please. Game. Great. Okay. Really? Map not available? Ah, okay, here we go. Wardrobe in Narnia. That is. It looks a lot like it. I'm just gonna follow the signs to the exit, and we're gonna find it. That's how it's gonna work. No way. Come on. There we go. We're running. Oh, it's a cinematic. Okay, good. You sense a boss fight?
It was so close.
We made it. And we never went into the storage room again. Mash E to figure out that you need to use the crowbar. So fancy. Okay, so now I gotta get back to Farber's apartment, which is easiest gotten to through the shop, I think. Draw the keys, now just a crowbar. I hope my character learns that she should bring a crowbar everywhere because keys ain't cutting it. Ah, wrong way. Wait a minute. Do I even have... Well, I just need to go to Farber's apartment, right? I don't have like This light is actually kind of freaking me out. There was nothing like, I don't need to get any special thing. There's no puzzles. I can just go to his place, right? What if you suddenly saw some really creepy stuff now that you have the black light? Aw, heck no. I'd be upsetty spaghetti. Things that have been there all along. No. Anybody seen Home Alone 1? Context plus that you would get the joke. Door spy? I hate this. I hate this.
I can open it with this.
Oh, now she's got the crowbar. Here we go. That's a big, fat nope. I guess Farber,
There was Faber.
Hangman.
God. I don't even want to think about what must have happened in his final moments. As he was hanging from that noose, with the bloody music box on the table next. I don't want to think about it, but somehow, very deep within me, I know the song was playing throughout his agony, stalking him to the very frontier between life and death. God. At least we had found the music box, and we knew where it came from. Legrand Amesburg Auction, it said, on the list of product lots, alongside an address. According to Husha, things had improved after returning the box to Faber. So by returning it to its owner, perhaps we might be able to solve all this. It sounded unlikely, but considering my hallucinations, the things we found at the antique shop, and Mr. Faber's terrible end, if it could all come to some good, we had to try it. Isolated far from the world, in a holiday manor that must be about 100 years old.
Oh, more spooky mansions.
The lady who owned the sinister box awaited us. For my little Ariadne read the engraving on the inside of the cover. Good. Good for her, then.
Well, this doesn't seem like the ideal place to find an old lady. Do you think she still lives here?
I don't know. The papers from the auction stated that the owner had sold most of her furniture, but that she still lived here. Mr. Grant? Hello? This place gives me the creeps.
This looks like the perfect place to find an old lady. I agree.
Hello?
Oh, and what do you know?
Are you Miss Legrand? Ariadne Legrand?
Amsberg.
Pardon me?
Legrand Amsberg. It's hyphenated.
Oh, well, my name is Daniel Neuer, and I work for a publishing firm. Through a series of chance occurrences, I found something I believe is yours. It seems crazy, but when you listen to it...
That's its box.
No, I think it belongs to you. On the cover, it says...
I wasn't speaking to you. Thank you for bringing it back, Mr. Neuer. Have you listened to it?
Yes.
He has listened to it.
Whew. She seems disturbed. She grabbed the music box as if she truly needed it.
The important thing is she took it. Let's get out of here.
I wanted to explore the mansion. Not gonna lie.
Thanks for letting me sleep here.
Of course. Whatever you need. I'll even let you sleep on the couch.
It's more than enough. I just need a couple of nights. That will suffice. I don't feel like staying in an empty house after everything that's gone on.
You can stay as long as you want. Seriously.
Thanks.
At least I know you won't drink my wine.
Very funny.
All right. Oh, he's dreaming. You're not safe alone, I guess.
What? Hey, Sophie?
Oh, she crazy.
Daniel, are you all right?
That had not been a nightmare. I was
Oh
awake.
boy.
For certain. It was a hallucination. A hallucination like those described by Faber in his letter, shortly before hanging himself from a beam in his office. A hallucination. Or something worse. Much worse. Had it done any good to return the music box to its owner? Husha might have the answer, but his whereabouts was still unknown, and his trail seemed to have gone cold as the days passed by. Perhaps in his office, somewhere in his papers. Among the documents he was researching while delving into the box's origins. Maybe there would be some clue in there as to where he had gone, or what he had done. Something that would...
Shutter Island facility type of help. They do need it.
To find Sebastian Husha, but this time, my life depended on it.
Oh snap. And we have arrived at episode 3. GG's.